He want the scoop, she want the tea. She want the tea. I cannot speak. We keeping it street. We keeping it street. I took a loss, but you still gon' get beat. You still gon' get beat. How much it costs? It never been.
Hey you guys, welcome back to Taylor XO, or welcome to Taylor XO if you're a new subscriber. So y'all, let's get into this video. So if you hear the TV in the background, that's because my kids, y'all know how kids are with TVs, they be liking them loud. So I try to always balance out the sound, never to like have too much background noise, because nobody likes to hear videos with a bunch of background noise and TVs and kids screaming and people talking and and you know, whatever and more. So you guys, let's get into this video, because I told y'all I was gonna do comment of the day, and y'all know I be saying I'm gonna do stuff and then I don't end up posting it, because obviously anytime I do that, it's I get into something. Y'all know how I be. So let's get into this video, because I don't want to waste too much time. So this is a comment of the day video, and y'all know I have done them in the past, and you know, usually I just do one comment, but today I'm going to do 3 comments. I know that kind of defeats the purpose of comment of the day, but I just want to do 3 because I just feel like so many of y'all comment on the shorts and the videos, and I just want to give everybody, you know, a fair chance to get mentioned in the video. So let's get into this comment of the day. Now, this is Latrice2892. She is always commenting on my videos and always giving, you know, a very detailed comment on what's going on and what she thinks. So let's get into this comment, y'all. So Latrice said, okay, so here she said he's not answering her calls, so then she went on the app they have to use for their court in order for her to talk to the kids. This confirms what Jerrod said a few years back about the communication that she keeps calling outside of the app, and she's not supposed to. That's why he doesn't answer when she calls. Also, the other day, didn't she say she called the kids, but Jerrod will not let them talk to her? This right there showed that she lied, because if she's calling him on his phone, he didn't answer. That doesn't mean he refused to let the kids talk to her. Secondly, why go to the app afterwards when the app is supposed to be your main source of communication? Lastly, the entire week of begging, she wasn't concerned about those kids, but it's the back to the Jerrod storyline to divert from the fact that she lied about being homeless. So, Latrice, I feel you so hard on that. I definitely feel like Jerrod has put stipulations in place, and Jerrod has explained to her multiple times, like, you know, I don't want to talk to you outside of the app. You know, it's just too many complications. You know, and Jerrod wants to have his, you know, tracks and his ducks in a row for when, you know, God forbid, if she were to, you know, come for him, or if the case were to change or anything were to happen. I feel like Jerrod likes the documentation to keep. And I just feel like she knows that, so she tries to do it outside of the app, so she could just be like, okay, well, you know, he was communicating first out of the app first, so if he decided, who am I to say no and reply back through text? So I definitely feel like Liv plays a lot of manipulative games with Jerrod, because she, you know, definitely knows that she can maybe twist the narrative and do certain things with him to get him to say certain things or do certain things to, you know, bring it to Nisha, just like with sleeping around with him. She definitely, you know, and that's to even say if she did or she didn't, but if she did, which she heavily, you know, stands on the fact that she did sleep with him. You know, it's definitely a messy situation overall, and Liv doesn't make it any better coming live every day talking about Jerrod, and she claims that she's always going to talk about him. So who are we to even say anymore at this point, what she should or shouldn't be talking about? Because we know this girl's going to talk about Jerrod every day, any chance she gets, for her views, to, you know, obviously in this case, deflect off the case, off this, you know, the fact that she lied about being homeless. She definitely was not homeless. That definitely was just a little, you know, thing to do so she could get her views up, so she could get her money up to, I guess, possibly get an apartment. Because mark my word, y'all. Mark my word, this girl is going to get an apartment, and she's going to be moving with all that money that was sent. Mark my word, none of it was spent on rooms. Maybe she got a room that one night, but technically she only showed like 1 or 2 days her staying in a hotel. She never showed her multiple days that she claimed she was homeless, staying in rooms, going live. She definitely was home, and she definitely just did that little 2-day stay, and she didn't want to use her money. She used y'all's money. And by y'all, I mean, you know, the people that watch this video that do support her. that are, watching like, okay, well, maybe she did or she didn't do this. Y'all know she did. She definitely lied about being homeless. This is just one of many lies. And, you would think that the supporters have been, secretly watching reactors for years. And how are just reactors always supposedly lying about this girl? How does all of a sudden, we're just lying out of the blue? Like, nobody's ever lied on this girl. Maybe we've, said that she wasn't pregnant. She ended up being pregnant. Okay, but in most cases, Liv has lied about everything. Everything. Even back when I first started watching her and I didn't even know that she was a liar. She lied about everything. She's always been a liar. So the fact that people continue to support this girl, continue to think that everybody's lying and she's right, it's crazy to me. It truly is. And you even have people now that are, bigger, not bigger, but people that are in other, sectors, other just random channels that are reacting on her now. And, those people that only been watching her and studying her for just, maybe a couple of weeks so they could do a video on her, they already see that this girl is what she is. But then the supporters, they've been watching for years and they just don't understand that this girl is truly not what she says she is. She lies. She's a manipulator. She's everything that people that she thinks lie on her. She's everything what they say they are. She hates that people tell the truth on her. So let's get into this second comment, y'all, because I know I kind of did too much on that comment. I don't want to talk too long on these comments just because I don't want to make these videos too long. But Latrice, thank you so much for leaving that comment, sis, because we definitely are feeling you on the fact that she deflected off of lying about being homeless with bringing this Jerrod thing up, because we haven't heard about Jerrod since, and now all of a sudden now she's so upset and hurt about the kids not being around. And Jerrod, like, sis, we know that is solely for the simple fact that you don't want to woman up to the fact that you lied yet again. So let's get into this next comment, y'all. So this second comment is from, I'm assuming, Keisha O54, and she said, it's crazy that she's supposed to have her kids physically, but she is not doing her part as a parent physically because she felt like moving, or financially because she does not want to pay. She can call them through the app or take him back to court like she's doing for the reactors and jazz. She takes all the measures for YouTube but not to have a relationship with her kids. And 100%, Keisha, I totally agree. It's so crazy how she's right down at the police department for these people on YouTube that she so-called claims is doing these, fake things to her that she thinks in her mind people are doing to her. She's so quick to be at the police department, pull up, the Karen that she is, on live, driving, trying to prove a point that she is, going to the police department on people because she's not taking this and she's not taking that. Sis, where's the energy for Jerrod when you come up here crying every other month about how he's not letting you see his kids? Why haven't you taken him to court for that? Why don't you have the police department involved for that? Why is it only for these so-called people on YouTube that are doing so-called whatever you claim they're doing to you? Like, if you cared about your kids that much, if you loved them that much, then you would have the proper lawyer. You will be using the money that you're getting off YouTube, because we all know that you're getting paid off YouTube, sis. You're lying. You so-called claim that you're not getting paid off YouTube and you just have no money and you just do this because this is what you love to do. Like, girl, we know you don't come up here because you love to do it. We know that you are clearly getting a check and you're finessing on top of that. And that's what's even more sick about it. Like, where does that money, tie into going to your children? Oh, you say because you don't have them, you don't have to pay for them. I never heard, just like these men out here who don't have their kids, they have to pay for them. It's the same thing with you. Do you think that you're exempt from that because, oh, you're a mother and just because you birthed them, it's different for you? No, the same rules apply to everybody. You don't take care of your kids, you have to pay one way or another. And the fact that you're making this money off of YouTube, you're finessing people off Cash Apps, your people on top of it, it's like, what good do you think is going to come from this? Nothing at all. And, heavily agree, Keisha. The fact that, she's disobeying the app yet again. This commenter, talked about the app thing. She doesn't talk to Jerrod on the app. She wants to talk on the phone and do all this stuff because she knows that Nisha is watching over the app. I mean, she claims that Nisha doesn't get his phone, but we know that Nisha's in that phone and Nisha's watching, and she wants to know what you're texting her man, because clearly you just can't help yourself but to keep sleeping with her man. yeah, he was once your man, but now it's her. So sis, why can't you just leave him alone at this point now? Now you just want to make problems because you love to make problems. And that's always what Liv is going to try to make herself be in the relationship, a problem, because she's mad that, she can't have Jerrod like Nisha has him. She once had him, she doesn't have him anymore, and now she wants him back so bad and she just can't take it. And she's causing every and any problem so Nisha can leave, and Nisha's not leaving, and that's what she is so mad about. And sis, you're going to forever be mad because Nisha is not leaving. And I feel like Nisha will stay to prove the point, like, you're a liar. This is my man. I accept him, his kids. We're doing this. Fuck off. Basically. And Liv will forever be mad about that. So thank you, Keisha, for commenting. I love everybody who comments because I try to comment back to everybody, but it's so many of y'all. But I love people who leave comments and their opinions because, everybody has their different opinions. I'm open to it, but primarily we know what it is. So let's go on to this third comment, y'all. So this third comment is from Marine6755. Marine6755. I hope I'm saying that right. So they said she can't even look straight in the camera, so she is 6 weeks pregnant. The father is in jail with the other baby daddy too, and his sister wants her to have the baby. When did he go to jail? This whole story is so fake. She has 3 ABs already. What a wonderful role model. Pathetic liar. Robin watches all of this BS. Imagine going to school to hear your mom is homeless. She will not take his dirty money, but will take strangers' money off the internet. Does welfare know she is getting paid? Marine, totally 100% agree. And we know that in the past, I even have a short of it, Robin she did say that the kids at school know Liv. They watch her channel. They know what her mom does. And the fact that she put so much of, this crazy business on YouTube, and she knows that the teachers and the kids at school are watching. And I can imagine she already had claimed well before that Robin was having issues at school, but then to add on to it by having a mother that just posts like that and just says, the craziest stuff and just involves the internet and her YouTube channel with her fake homeless situations. It's like, why do that? Knowing that it's like you don't care, you're just selfish and you want your money and your views. That's all she cares about. And the fact that she also said this new baby daddy supposedly, who she already said she got a AB with, she said he's in jail and his sister wants her to have the baby. And it's like, this almost sounds like the same story that she did before. Y'all remember when she was pregnant with AJ and she claimed that this cop was, had this good family and the mother and the sister was helping her, get ready for this baby at his house, and they just wanted her to have this, baby so bad. And it was almost like a similar story that she so-called claims with this 4th baby daddy. So we definitely know that this girl is just putting stories together and anything to come up with something so she can, get some money and views. Again, it's always money and views. And it's like, it's so weird how you don't think that people don't screen record and keep these things, and they can pop out when you so-called claim this and when you said that. And when you, ran down your whole story of how, AJ's father was this cop, and then he was in the service, and then, he had money, and then he had this 4-bedroom house he was living in that, he was going to make AJ a room there, and then AJ was his first child. All these things, and then just it's like, come to find out, it was Zolo. It's like, if you can lie about that, sis, we know that you can lie about anything. You lied for 9 straight months about that man, even longer. It wasn't until AJ was 2, she came out and finally said that, or 3, that the boy's father was Zolo, and she had to because Jazz was putting that pressure on her neck. She was putting that pressure on her neck, and she told her, like, I will spill. Just like how Liv supposedly said that, Chris did something with one of the kids. So it plays hand in hand. Everything, when you put it all together, it makes sense that this girl is lying. And yet again, she lied about a 4th baby daddy supposedly in jail. And that's even more weird. Like, do you want, your baby daddies all to go to jail? Like, supposedly Joey was in jail. All these men are in jail that you're sleeping with. Why do you love men in jail? Because you don't have money to put, on these men's books and phone calls and things like that. So, and you don't even have the strength to keep your coochie closed for however long they're in jail to not sleep with another man on them. So why would you even want a man that's in jail when you have no business being with no man in jail that you can even take care of, nor, you know, keep your legs closed for? It's like, it's crazy. So, and as far as welfare Marine, who knows if she is on welfare or not? Supposedly she is. And I'm pretty sure that, you know, she doesn't report any of that. A lot of these content creators don't report that just so they can, you know, get their benefits plus get their checks in, and, you know, it's just more money, more of a finesse. But sometimes in them cases when, you know, the places do find out about that, you have to pay back all the benefits that you got while you were lying about, you know, supposedly not having that as a source of income. So either way, you know, you have to pay in the end, but who knows if she is or she isn't. I don't know, and I really don't care at the end of the day, because the girl lies about everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if she is on welfare, plus, you know, getting YouTube checks, plus getting food stamps, plus getting cash out. Like, this girl has money and she's just straight playing everybody, you know. And as long as people allow her to, she will. And she doesn't care because, you know, she gets her views and her money. I'm going to keep saying views and her money because that's all she cares about. And that's what this all comes down to in the end, because we all know that Liv is not going to go get no actual job. I mean, picture Liv working at an actual job. That'll never happen. So thank you guys for leaving comments. I will be doing another comment of the day, picking 3 more people. So keep leaving those comments, y'all. Keep showing love to the channel. And thank you guys so much for watching, y'all. And please stay tuned for another video. Thank you, guys.